All rise for the jurors, please.
Good afternoon. We have a verdict. I'm praying that Harmony gets justice today. Adam, again, is not in the courtroom. He does not have to be in the courtroom either. Her mother, Crystal, is there in the front in a pink shirt. I saw her just a few minutes ago being consoled by somebody. I really think that the defendant should have to be there at least for the reading of their verdict. Hi, honeybee.
You may be seated.
Would the foreperson please rise? Mr. Foreperson, it's the court's understanding that the jury has reached a verdict in this matter.
That's correct.
As to charge ID 1937947C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree assault, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
As to charge ID 2027112C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree murder, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's
Yes.
guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
Yes.
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And as to charge ID 2027113C, charging the defendant with the crime of falsifying physical evidence, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge ID 2027114C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of abuse of corpse, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge
Yes,
ID
Claire.
2027115C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of tampering with witnesses and informants, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's going to be guilty on all counts.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I want to thank you for your service. You've performed an important civic duty, and that is as to the alternates as well as all the deliberating jurors. What we're going to do now is I'm going to send you back into the deliberation room. The alternates are going to be able to go back now with you. You can discuss the case with each other, so it's an opportunity for you to do that. I'm going to take a few minutes with the lawyers here, and then I will come in to discuss a couple of other matters with you further, and then you'll be released from your service. All right? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All rise for the jurors, please.
Oh gosh, Peacock, me as well, especially as more time went on, I was like, I just had this sinking feeling. And I'm just so, so thankful. This was a very, very tough case. And I imagine everybody in that courtroom. And also, I think it's just amazing. All those Manchester Police Department officers, they've been coming to court every day since they've testified, showing their support. And I just think that's amazing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Counsel, we just need to schedule sentencing. I don't know how much time the parties feel that they need.
He's going to already be there for life anyway.
Will both sides be prepared? Actually, I don't know what the court may not have sufficient time that day, so let me just look.
So they're discussing the sentencing date.
No, I'm actually going to be in trial that day. I have a docket in the morning, but I'm in trial after. It may be that maybe we could just get some time frame. Let me look to the state first about how long do you need to be prepared, and and I'll have,
We may need to at least go a little bit of time beyond that. I would say, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar as well.
better not to give me a date, just tell me about how far out and about how much time you think you'll need.
I think, Your Honor, we're going to need roughly 4 weeks, so somewhere around the last week of March, first week of April.
So sometime after April 1st. I know I'm going into a lengthy trial in April, so we'll see what we can do. About how long a hearing do you feel that you'll need?
Based upon my best estimate, Your Honor, is probably at least half the day, so at least a solid 3 hours. Would be the safest time period to go. When we use less of it, we use less.
Okay, just knowing what the court's docket is, and then I know I have a 3-week trial also in April, it may not be possible to get it in that month, but we'll do it as quickly thereafter as we can, as long as that's sufficient for the defense.
Putting us into May, certainly plenty of time.
Okay. If there are other constraints, please let the court know. Otherwise, we'll schedule it as the docket permits in sometime after April 1st. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay.
We have jury trials to work around, but smaller.
Okay. All right. I'm not inclined. I know the parties are preparing sentencing memos. I'm not inclined for a PSI unless somebody feels that one would be needed. No? Okay. Very good. Sentencing memos. Any sentencing memos should be in, I would say, given the time frame, if you can sentencing memos in 10 days in advance, that would be helpful to the court. That will give time for the court to consider any information, ample time to consider any information the court needs to consider. Anything else we need to accomplish today?
I think, Your Honor, just from the state's perspective, when we do have the sentencing date, we're getting closer. The state will ask under RSA 651:4-A that the defendant, whether he likes it or not, have to be transported here for the sentencing pursuant to that statutory authority.
Okay. If you're going to file something, did you say?
File that, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's very clear statute on it. There's case law on it. We will provide that to the court ahead of time and do that in plenty of time so that the defense can respond.
Good.
Before we get anywhere near that 10-day mark ahead of the hearing.
Okay. Anything else the defense wants to raise?
Not at this time, thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
If you missed what the prosecutor just said, he would like, he wants the judge to demand that Adam appears at his sentencing hearing. Look at all those officers, you guys. It gives me the chills. It's amazing. I'm so thankful that this turned out that way. He is guilty on all counts, and he was already going to be, in jail for probably what's the rest of his life anyway. But I'm thankful that Harmony got justice. Her mom is getting justice for her. Yes, it was. It was really seemed like a long time coming. So I heard something about him going to the hospital, like he fell off his bunk bed or something. I don't know. I think I just skimmed by it on X maybe. Yeah, I think that defendants should be forced to be there during the verdict as well, but definitely during the sentencing. I believe they were trying to talk about trying to set the sentencing date for sometime in March, but I don't think that they actually determined a date yet. But so it really won't be too long, though, no matter what, if they were thinking of March. I agree. There is no excuse. And I also have an update on the Elijah Bew case out of Wisconsin. His mother was set to have a bond hearing today where her charges were going to be announced. She is in custody. And that was scheduled for about 15 minutes from now. But it has been canceled for some reason. I'm not sure why. WBAY-TV2 is reporting that the hearing scheduled for 12:45 today. The Action 2 News has confirmed that the scheduled court appearance is canceled. and police were seeking child neglect charges against Elijah View's mother. So I'm not real sure what's going on. I will continue to follow that case, though, but it doesn't look very good. They have two people in custody on child neglect. So it's possible that the mother has started to talk. I don't know, but we'll definitely follow that. Yeah, I don't think his attorney did a great job for him. I don't think he's going to get any appeals on this one. Yes, thank you. Thank you to all of you that have followed this case with me, that you've been here with us from day one. And it was kind of a long couple of weeks, but the court worked the way it's supposed to. And so, yeah, I do. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to continue following up, like I said, on the Elijah View case. And then when Adam's sentencing is scheduled, I will definitely cover that. If you guys have any suggestions on cases that you would like to see me cover, please just put that in the comments, and I will definitely look into those. There's so many that sometimes it's really hard to determine which ones, and sometimes some get so much coverage that you kind of feel like, so. The kids found in concert. I did not. They did. Everybody failed. And I do feel bad for her mother now, but, she was a part of the problem at the time. So it looks like she's changed. She looks great. I saw a picture of her earlier this morning. She looks great. She looks clean. And ultimately, she messed up. She knows she messed up. So, all right, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to continue seeing what's going on with this Elijah View case. That's just kind of weird that they canceled a hearing at the very last minute. Oh, I saw that. The two kids in Florida, I believe it was, that fell into yeah, they fell into quicksand, or I don't know how you explain it. What's the word, Rhinestone? Not quicksand. Usually I think of it in the terms of concrete, but this was sand, and they basically fell in it. You wonder where was the adult supervision on that? But I guess it could have happened even if an adult was standing right there. You're going to go in pretty quick. I think that it's the same one, Shorty, that she's talking about. It wasn't today, but unless there was one that happened today too. Yeah, sinkhole. Thank you. I was visioning it, but I couldn't. The word wasn't coming to my mind. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here again. I'm just thankful that we got justice for Harmony, and you guys are amazing. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.